again. So good morning, beloveds. It's a hot one out there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Whew. I have somewhere. Yeah, I need to get this going because I have somewhere to be soon-ish. That's going to take me a while to get there. So, hidden power of the Bibles, right? So, Bible. Housekeeping. Creative Life Spiritual Center. Website, creativelife.org. The constant contact email, Creative Life. The website is Creative Life. You know what? I'm really confused right now. Creativelife.org. Constant contact is creativelife.com. It's .org. Apparently I don't know what I'm doing today, so maybe I should just skip most of the housekeeping because, yeah, I'm having a minute. Because I've got all these things that I need to do in my head in the next 20 minutes. So let's just skip onto the social media, which is, because we are Creative Life Spiritual Centers, right? Okay. So the social medias, we ask you to go like, subscribe, follow based on the platform you're on, and then engage with the individual post because it bumps us in the algorithm. So if you engage with the individual post by reacting, commenting, and sharing, and then, like I said, like, subscribe, and follow based on which platform you're on of the social media, it bumps us in the algorithms. More people see our stuff, so it's a free and easy way that you can support the center. And we are Creative Life Spiritual Center or Creative Life Spark, and I am the running Rev Ryan across all the social medias that I am on. So, hidden power of the Bible, right? Okay. Oh, Lord. Yeah. So the hidden power of the Bible this is Ernest's take on the Bible. It actually used to say, the title used to be The Bible in Light of Religious Science. Okay, you can see it is not a big book. He did not tackle the whole Bible. He pulled out what he thought was the most relevant. Notice I said most, because he would argue that the entire Bible is still relevant to our lives today. Okay? But most relevant. And he's dealing mostly with Jesus. Now, we have already done the creation story. We have already done the fall. We have already done, a little bit of Moses, because Moses is the lawgiver. He is now focusing on the teachings of Jesus. And we are currently in Matthew 12. So we are going to do 2 articles today because that will finish up Matthew 12. So the first one we are going to do is good thoughts and a good harvest. So a good tree produces good fruit. So good thoughts bear a harvest of good deeds, while evil consumes itself in a flame of its own fire. If a person's life produces good deeds, the person themselves is good. And this, no matter what their particular religious belief may or may not be. There's a scene in C.S. Lewis's Narnia, the Chronicles of Narnia. It's the very last book. It's called The Last Battle. And there's a follower of Tash who gets into Aslan's country, which is heaven. So, and he's like, I don't understand. And I forget, I think it may be Aslan that actually says it, but it may have been one of the other guys, one of the other people who says, no, good done in the name of good is still good, and good done in the name of evil is still good. And evil done in the name of good is still evil. This is what he's talking about. So what religion a person is does not matter if they are doing good. Just like doesn't matter what religion they are if they are doing bad. The mouth speaks from the heart. It is impossible for a person to conceal themselves. In every act, word, or gesture, they stand revealed as they are, not as they would have themselves appear to be. Okay? Emerson has a quote that says, I cannot hear what you say over... I'm bungling the quote. So let me say I'm paraphrasing Emerson. I cannot hear what you say over what you do. Yeah. Or maybe it's your actions speak so loudly I can't hear what you're saying. Something like that. So that being the point here, it doesn't matter what you say you are, it's what you do. So From the universe, nothing is or can be hidden. The very walls have ears, and the mirror of life cannot help reflecting back to us that which we really are. So, you know what? I sleep just fine at night, and as my boss one day said, I know you're going to beat yourself up way more about this than I'm going to, because it was a mistake. And actually it wasn't even a mistake. It was a deliberate choice that I made, because I was in a hurry, and I didn't do anything wrong, but what I did was not clear to the customer. So the customer got all of the discounts they were supposed to, but they couldn't see it because of the way I had chosen to do it. Oh, and I just noticed that hang on. Okay. So, and he was right. He wasn't upset about it. I was far more upset that I cost him the time to explain to the customer what I had done. So, all right. Jesus plainly tells us that we are held accountable for the very words which we speak. No person has ever lived who placed a greater power in the word. By our words, we are justified or condemned. The word may be considered to be the complete thought and act of a person. There must be a thought before there can be an act, and a thinker before there can be any thought. The thinker condemns or justifies themselves through their thought. We should think that only that which we wish to have happen, and wish only for that which is good. If our thought divides itself between good and evil, then our experiences will be mixed, part good and part evil. When we learn to think from the standpoint of good alone, we will overcome evil, and all that harms us will disappear from our lives. Okay, you know what? That's wonderful. I do think it's a little airy-fairy just from the standpoint of we are in relationships with other people. So, but to a large degree, I do agree with him because for the most part, I tend to focus on the good and I get a lot of good in my life. Is everything wonderful and perfect? No. But there's a reason that I stopped watching the news. Because the news kept telling me bad things, and then I would think bad things, and I don't want to do that. So I don't watch the news anymore. So I do try and watch the weather though. Okay. So we're going to end up on this one. It's fairly short, and it's titled The Father, Mother, God. And you hear people do that. The, Father, Mother, God, in Science of Mind prayers. And Jesse used to do it a lot, but even he's kind of moved away from that, much like I have, but where we tend to use words like the divine, simply because we understand that people have difficult relationships with their father and their mother. And looking at God as a father or a mother isn't always comfortable. So, there's a reason why we do what we do. But this is Ernest's take. So the Father, Mother, God. It is related that while Jesus was talking, he was told that his mother and brethren waited to speak with him. But he, answering, said unto him that told him, Who is my mother, and who are my brethren? He then told them that whoever does the will of God is his mother, sister, or brother. We are not to suppose by this that he did not care for his earthly parents or friends. He was explaining that anyone who lives in harmony with the truth automatically becomes the brother or mother to all. So, or you could say automatically becomes the sibling or parent of all. This is a lesson in he says the brotherhood of man. Okay. So, I might say this is the lesson in the siblinghood of humanity. God is the androgynous principle, the mother and father of all. So the parent of all. Our earthly parents symbolize this heavenly parentage. Jesus was a consciously cosmic soul who recognized his unity with all. He knew that love must become universal before it can reach its maturity. Hence, he said that all who live in harmony with the truth are siblings in it. So, I appreciate that he did say, it doesn't mean that he doesn't care for. Because people do get a little weird about that. It doesn't mean that he doesn't care for his earthly parents. Clearly, he clearly loved his parents. Because when his mother came to him and said, they're out of wine, he was like, come on, Mom. But he went and took care of it. He loved his mother. And clearly he loved Joseph as well. And, but he loved everybody. He never turned anybody away for any reason. He rebuked priests and scribes on a regular basis, but even there, he didn't turn them away. He just said, hey, you know what? Behave better. Do better. You have a job. Do better. So, all right. Well, I'm going to wrap that up. So I'm going to encourage you to have a great day, wondrous day, fantastic day, magical day, an enchanted day, a wonderful day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a do what you got to do day, a drink plenty of water day, a stay out of the direct sunlight between, 1 and 7 day, a be aware of the heat day, a dance in the rain if you get it, stay out of the thunderstorms if you get it, cuddle your fur babies day, make sure to make time to rest day. Go do something interesting today. I'm going to the quilt museum. Yeah. So, and then I'm going to have lunch with I'm meeting my mom at the quilt museum, and then we'll have lunch. So, so have lunch with, go call somebody you hadn't seen in a while and go have lunch with them. Day, do what you got to do day, I think I'm out of words and I just really need to wrap this up day. Good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved expression of the divine. You are a brilliant light, divine spark, spirit in motion, God in action, an absolutely beautiful masterpiece, and a work in progress at the same time, at your own pace. And, as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you are a godling. So explore the truth of your being. Get to know who the divine knows you to be, because the divine knows you to be good. And from there, anything is possible. Because all the divine knows is good, and that, my friends, is the good news. All right. So, as I said, Reverend David will be on sometime this afternoon. If I get back from the Quilt Museum at a reasonable time, my intention is to finish up Emma this afternoon. If I don't, then I will probably finish her tomorrow, because at some point, I need to read another chapter of this. But we'll see when that happens. So, all right, beloveds. And I will be back to you in that nine space tomorrow we'll do Matthew 13. Nope, wrong book.